describe your resiliency?
I can't help but when I think about my own resiliency, I do get really touched and emotional and vulnerable. But I think that's also a part of, like, my resiliency is being able to break through the stereotype of not sharing emotion, so being vulnerable. I think about that, and I also think about, like, it's a beautiful struggle, right? Because it's been constant, something that I've been working really hard on. Basically getting comfortable with the uncomfortable and just being open for growth.
The support system that I have has made me resilient. Since I was 20, I've had, counselors and doctors, and they remind me about how much other people care about me when I forget. And then being a mother, you can think of the next day. If you're a horrible parent one day, you always have the next day to be an even better parent. So knowing that makes me feel resilient.
It's a big question. I think, the things that come to my mind, I think resilience are like hope and liberation. I think there's a piece where I distinguish, like, what's merely surviving this trauma-inducing, oppression in society versus being resilient to building a future that's going to end this oppression. And to me, that's where resilience is, because I do find that in similar spaces of community, of knowing even for myself that it's not only is it intergenerational in the past, but intergenerational in the future. A quote that I just read on my phone that I saw a while back that actually helps ground me understand that resilience is, actually read it enough, it's on my lock screen. So the day you plant the seed is not the day you eat the fruit. And I think that's similar to just knowing more about where I'm locating myself in many ways. So in this movement to end oppression so that no one else's trauma, I believe that's a future I'm hopeful. And that there is a piece to know that the work that I'm doing now is also not going to just be immediate. It's literally planting that seed for myself, for my community, for our peoples, Filipinx and the Filipinx-American folks, for queer individuals, so on and so forth, where just knowing that makes me resilient. Because I'm like, it's the long run, it's the marathon, not the sprint. I need to be resilient in this, and not to just endure it, but to ultimately begin to thrive in it.
Yeah, when I think about resiliency, I think about like how well my family is adapted, just with everything that's been thrown at my family, and it's amazing to think about also how my family gave those skills to me, and how if I really sit and think about it, how much I've applied that to my life, and how resilient that has made me. When you can think about kind of how far your family has come, and how much strength that everyone has needed to just survive, and how that's really just instilled in you, it's really a powerful thing. And I think if I just kind of focus on those strengths of my family, I'm reminded of my resiliency. But it's definitely like you're saying, it's a long process.
Talking about vulnerability and being able to recognize, sometimes things suck, right? And like being able to be okay with, like, all right, this sucks, this is shitty, but then being able to then say, okay, this is what we have, what do we do about it now? I know for me, it's hard for me to just be like, I allow myself to be sad and to feel all the feelings, because I think that's super important, and that's, it was not very easy in the beginning, but soon I was like, all right, we're just gonna feel these feelings, we're just gonna go through it, and then, and then what? I think that's what it's always been for me. There's like and then what? Like, what's next? Yeah, that's how I look at my own resilience, that's for sure. So echoing a lot of what you all said. Yeah, the generational trauma, but then there's also the like generational strength that kind of, and the resilience that comes with that as well. I want to thank you all so much for joining me in this delicious food provided by Lucia and Keith from Solid Ground Cafe. Thank you so much. And thank you all for being here and for witnessing each other and for holding space for each other and holding space for the folks who will be watching this as well. If you want to explore this topic more, if you want to open up more conversations about trauma and healing, head on over to goddesscecilia.com. Thanks everybody.
Thank you.